Really. Hey everybody, welcome back to Modsauce. This is Lapis, Lauri, and we're here in the mariculture area of our base. And IronFace is going to show me a few things about automation of the pearls and some of the other fishing mechanisms that we have. Because, you know, I derp through all things redstone and pretty much all things modded. So let's see what my expert has to say today. Hey IronFace, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Good.
So
So
what?
I
Tell me.
this is the basic automatic pearl harvesting system. It's real simple.
Okay.
If you look in the pearl output box here, you're going to see a bunch of items. This is the basic breakdown of what I have right there in front of you.
Okay. All right.
So if you have space in your inventory, go ahead and grab one of those lines, and I'll grab another. But I got to go empty my inventory real quick.
Yeah. I'll just make room for it here. Let me move all the things down. And I'll have this, and this. Okay.
Stand by, I'm trying to catch up. Sorry.
And when IronFace has got all his loot unloaded, we'll see what he does with it. Yay!
Okay.
And I had tried to do something with this. I had like all the pearls down in the bottom of this water pit, or the oysters, and I was manually fitting them and manually harvesting them, and it took me, I don't know, forever. And they're really glitchy because they're like partial transparent block, kind of like anvils, so you kind of get stuck on them. They're just kind of awkward to work with, I think.
They are quite a pain to actually get going. But once you do, it's fire and forget. You just, as you can see over here on the wall, we've got this basic setup right here, and that's exactly what I did down here and underneath, but I put it on both sides.
Okay, cool.
So, and then the output is just not a chest like we have up here. It's this actual wall that just puts all the pearls into.
It outputs to the wall?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Check it out.
How on earth do you output to a wall? I don't get it. Are these chests or something? Oh, they are. I thought they were like picture frames.
They're barrels.
Okay.
So you can only, in barrels, you can only store one item.
All right, now I have to touch one to see what they are. Hang on. It says a better barrel, correct tool, axe. Oh, I guess I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Yep. So this is really cool. The just the base barrels themselves will hold 64 stacks of 64, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And I think the equivalent total number of ender pearls, it kind of depends on which mod you're using for the barrels, because a lot of, like, the factorization mod was the first mod, if I recall correctly, that actually had added barrels to the game.
Okay.
And these barrels are really nice because you can add things and pull things from them regardless of what size. Where, like, the old factorization barrels, you had to pull from the bottom and I think insert into the top. But this is just a regular storage container. So
okay, so each one's independent of each other, and you can just get what you need or put it in there.
You betcha.
Cool, man.
So now the way we've got it set up, instead of just using like the chest that we have over here in this system.
Yeah, I really thought they were picture frames. I'm so derpy. I really didn't know.
Oh, that's all right. And then we also have an overflow chest right here. So if we actually fill up these barrels, it will just start dumping into that chest.
If we get 64 stacks of 64.
It's only a matter of time.
Okay.
And I actually, over here, this is the automatic sand feeding system. So you know how the oysters work. You gotta stick a block of sand in them to get them. Well, this actually, the igneous extruder over on the left will actually create cobblestone, and the pulverizer will pulverize the cobblestone into sand, and then it will output the sand into the all the hoppers down here at the bottom.
So this hopper chain, it just feeds it into the oyster automatically. Yep. And then you use the Ender IO. What are they, transport cables or something like that?
Item
conduits, because I have to learn all the names of these things. I didn't even know what they were. So the item conduits then transports it to these barrels where we can see how many we have of each.
That's the basics.
Oh, very cool. All right. So let's go see the basic setup of this and how it works.
Okay. So what we have over here, we start off with your basically this sand input. So you have to find out, you know, if you want to do the whole furnace thing over here and the pulverizer, you can set it up like that.
Okay.
And then so you have your sand input, and then right here you have ender cable going into the hopper, which is just a standard vanilla hopper into the oyster. As you can see, oysters, in order for you to place an oyster, it has to have a water block above it. So that's the reason we stuck that right here.
Okay. So they have to have this block of water, right? Because then they just pop off the ground if they don't have a whole block of water above them. Because I found that out because I was going to put, just like seal them up, and I tried to cover them up and they just kept popping up, and I realized I got to leave the whole block above them.
Yep.
I didn't realize they could sit on dry, though. That's kind of cool.
Hey, as long as the water's there.
Yeah.
Originally, I didn't know that either, but I figured, you know what, I better test this because this makes a great visual. So
yeah, it's when it's up here where you can access it too. That's awesome.
Yep. So out from the oyster, we have the item conduit again.
Okay.
And this has a filter in it.
Okay, so you got to click on the little black plate, and it gives you the filter item.
Correct.
Okay.
And what we're doing here is we do not want sand to come out of it. So if you stick a piece of sand in there, if you don't have this filter in there, it will automatically extract that piece of sand and just create a cycle.
So it's on the blacklist then.
Yep.
And everything else is extracted because we don't know what color the pearls are going to be, but we know we don't want sand coming back out.
That is correct.
Cool.
And then, of course, the this is set to input or insert up here.
Okay.
And that's it, really. That's
all
the
right.
simplest.
Easy enough.
Also, over here on the very front, this is set to extract mode with redstone mode active without signal.
So it's always going to extract it, even if it doesn't have signal.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the hopper, if you look inside the hopper, you're going to see 4 pieces of cobble.
Okay.
And the reason the cobble's there and not getting transferred is because the oyster doesn't accept anything but sand.
That's right. Okay, so it's almost like a sorter system, except it's just the one sand gets in there.
Exactly. And you can do without the 4 blocks of cobble, but the thing is, it's going to fill 4 stacks of sand in there for every hopper. And it's never going to use it. It's just going to use one at a time, right? So
yeah.
May as well stick something in there that's not going to be used. More,
item efficient this way. That's brilliant.
Correct.
Okay.
So let's implement this in our test bed over here. Oh,
okay.
I'm not supposed to break. Come here.
Break it. Go ahead. All right, so we can get down here and swim around. Because we have breathing ability.
That's right.
Yay! Thank goodness for genetic engineering.
Yep.
He's locking me in. He's like, "You're in there now. Bye."
I'm freeing you.
Oh.
Boy.
All right. I suddenly have some of that glass, so when you need it back, let me know.
Yeah, well, this is all just example anyway, so it doesn't ever have to come back. I just put the block there, or put the glass there so we didn't fall in all the time.
I know, I love it, because I was...
Which I'm quite prone to doing.
I know. Well, and then there was the lava, and I was like, I need to put something on that, and thank goodness you put a lid on it, because I about burnt myself 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let me go get the stuff out of this barrel here. And we will be...
I'll put all the things that I need down on my main row here. So I'm going to filters, an oyster, some of those cables, the hopper. The hopper!
Hopper. Get into the hopper.
The hopper. All right, I'm going to try and set this up. Does the oyster go first? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. You can set it up in any way you want. I have some more item conduits. We'll just rig up a whole system for us here. So.
Oh, all right. Oh. So, we building it just like we had above there, the little the 2-box system. Is that what we're after?
You betcha.
Okay, so I'm going to stick that there. And cables just go in and out.
Correct.
Oh, it doesn't like it. I did it wrong.
Oh, yeah. You can't put it above it. You put it right above it.
I tried to do it right next to it.
Oh,
is there a special technique?
Okay, so just aim for the ground when you're placing the cable.
Oh, okay. But the hopper goes directly into the oyster, right?
Oh, yeah. So there is that, actually, and that's something I'm glad you brought up, because you're going to need this handy little thing here called a wrench.
Oh, yeah, to do the things. Because I could use my item thing, but it destroys 20 million blocks around it. Yeah. So the hopper goes directly into the oyster. So you should click that?
No. Okay, sorry.
No.
You're going to need the wrench to actually turn the hopper. So break the hopper. Okay, set your oyster down.
Okay.
Now, just place the hopper right here, and then, yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. And then wrench it till it's facing the right way. That's brilliant. Okay, so now it's facing, because if you try to place it on the oyster, it just pops it up.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Cool. So, yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Small detail I forgot to...
Well, these are the things I have to know, because I'll be doing this forever going, why won't it work?
Can I borrow the wrenchy wrench?
Maybe.
The turner thing here?
There you go.
Thank you, man.
It's a crescent wrench, isn't it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, crescent hammer, yeah.
So close.
For all the people that like to worry about those things. Okay.
I'm sure all my viewers will be like, yeah, totally worried about that. Mm-hmm.
Some people are detail-oriented. They like details, you know?
They realize I'm totally confused about it, usually. So, now we can put... what should we do next? The cable for...
Yeah, set the cable up on to the left of the oyster.
Now, aim for the ground again, right?
Yeah, aim for the ground. It'll automatically
Oh,
connect.
cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, do we need one up?
Yep, one above it.
Okay. And then the little chesty chest up there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There we go. And a chest above the hopper, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The hopper.
Actually, you need to. Well, I guess that'll work too. You don't need to worry about that because the hopper will pull directly from the chest. So you're right.
Yeah. So we almost could skip like one of the cables, but that's just. It looks good if you want to move it up or down. You can always feed into the hopper that way. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Like if you don't want it right here underground.
Yeah. If you don't want to if you don't want to dive underwater to do it, you can go ahead and.
Okay. Did I totally build on yours or on mine? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I suddenly switched sides. I was like, what just happened?
I'll catch up here.
I was so excited. I was like, look what I did. Yeah, this is how everything works for me usually. Okay, so I have this filter, the basic item filter that needs to go into the cable coming out of the oyster, right?
That's correct. You don't
so
want that.
shift click.
Hand. No, well.
With an open hand.
Yeah, well, actually just click on the little metal plate.
Okay. And we want it to extract, and then we put the filter into the filter area, and then the whitelist, blacklist, we need to have the sand.
Yep.
1 block of sand.
And then we're going to want to turn if you're going to make this, do this with more than one pearl, or I'm sorry, more than one oyster, you're going to want to set the color to be different than green, because green is green's your default channel, and so that's where your sand is going to come in.
All right.
So click the that green button right next to the extract once.
I have it on blue.
Okay, blue works. And then the little redstone torch right next to it, switch that to active without signal.
Okay, so it'll work all the time.
Correct. That way you don't have to hit it with a redstone signal to work.
All right. And then I need to do into the chest as well. It's got to be insert.
Yep.
And does it need to also be blue?
Yes. Actually, yes, it does.
So it's all along the chain needs to be the same color.
Yeah. Well, okay, so your blue is basically marked, because you can actually have any number of these connected. So if you had this chest, say, way up high in your base, and that's where you wanted all your pearls to go, you could actually connect it to the network and then just give it the color blue anywhere on the network. So it doesn't necessarily have to be all the way up the chain, but it just has to be the what do you call it? The input and destination essentially have to be the same color.
Very cool. So this is our basic setup. All that's left is to put sand into this chest, right?
Nope. You gotta put your oyster back down.
Why did it do that?
It popped off.
It hates me.
Maybe it doesn't like that.
Oh, maybe that's why we need to have a thing there, because it is a redstone update.
Yep.
Oh, well, okay. Check it out.
So,
all right, so we'll put the conduit in there anyway, and then let's try. We'll put our little oyster here. So that's all good. Now my filter probably came out too. Well, maybe not.
No, I don't think it did.
All right, and then we gotta stick a chest. Uh-oh, my chest went away though. Is it in the hopper? It's in the hopper. I got it.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll hop up here and put our chest up there to make sure it's gonna work.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, before you put sand in there, remember you gotta fill the hopper with cobblestone.
Oh yeah, because then it'll just feed in. Okay, so we need. I don't really have that, but I have other things that'll work. It's smooth cobblestone.
Yep.
All right, and then we can put all that in there, and then this plate needs to be set to extract.
Yep. Without redstone signal.
Extract. Now, does it matter what color again? Should it all be blue as well?
I would leave it green.
Okay.
Blue is the channel you want your pearls to travel down. Green would be the channel you want your sand to go down.
All right, so that's easy to remember.
So they should never mix. That way you don't have something going where it shouldn't go, kind of thing.
All right, so I just plucked the sand out of my oyster. Let's see what happens.
Nothing, because you haven't configured the other end of the
I see.
enter conduit yet.
Yeah, see how that works. So that needs to be insert.
Yep.
Now it works like a dream. See how that works?
Yep. Super.
Yay!
You go.
I'll have pearls any minute now. It'll be amazing.
Huge collection of pearls.
Yeah, any minute. Well, so that's not that complicated. Once you know what the things are and how to configure them, that seems simple enough.
Yeah, it's really the whole system's real simple. Especially, and then if you actually here, why don't we? I'll break one of these glasses here. We could drop down into here and take a look at the.
Okay.
Take a look at the actual setup itself.
Now, see, this is where they're a little glitchy sometimes, but you know, the conduit seems to prevent you from glitching on them. That's kind of nice.
Well, if you stand right on top of it, it's going to freak out on you.
So yeah, this is just a repetitive thing. So you've got all the cable behind the hoppers feeding that with sand.
Yep.
And then all the pearls are getting extracted with these cables, and then they all go to their proper place up in the barrels.
That's correct.
I love it. It's so simple and wonderful all at the same time. Yay!
Similar concept is what we used for the fishing system down here. All it does is provide power, and then basically in and out, the output is set on the fishing system, the automatic fisher over here.
Okay.
To auto eject items, which is that little saddle at the lower right hand of the interface. Yep.
All right, so that's how you make it auto eject. So it is going to feed out into whatever cable you have.
Correct.
Into this chest right here, correct?
Correct.
Now we've got extra things in here. Is it catching these things, the safari nets?
I enchanted the fishing rod, and it gave us, I think it's Luck at the Sea that gives you bizarre weirdo things or something like that.
Yeah, Luck at the Sea and lures, so you can catch all kinds of stuff. Now, did you have to use the polished sticks to make that?
No, I think that's just a regular fishing rod. Yeah, that's just a regular old Minecraft fishing rod.
Because it wouldn't let me put anything in there except a wooden. Maybe it was just to make the fishing, the automatic fisher. I had to have a polished wood fishing rod. All right, so I just assumed I needed that for the other, but now that I know it can take that, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, soon enough we'll get into making the the titanium stuff, which is really time consuming, and thankfully we have digiminers, so we can just go floating around on our pirate ship and go collect rudolite, or I think it's called, or something like that.
Rudolite.
And then something, and then we'll melt it down, and we're gonna have to create it's like quicklime, I think. Yeah, quicklime. And then we'll mix the two together and get titanium, and then we can have a titanium fishing rod, and then we can convert that to an RF fishing rod, which will be really cool because then we'll just charge it. So.
Okay, yeah, just like everything else, we've got like these little atomic disassemblers.
Yes.
And our travel wand, the staff of traveling, this all chargeable, which I love.
Yep.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing a little bit of this, and I think maybe my next episode I'll get into like the fishers. And how to breed, fishing. And I tried a little bit of that, and I got a couple fish eggs, but I know there's so much more to it, and I'm not quite ready to dive in yet.
Yeah, we need to make an incubator next, and then so we can do that in the meantime. Your next video, have it all prepped and ready.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Yay, thank you. Well, thank you for your help, and thanks my viewers for watching and putting up with my derpiness.
Hello, viewers. Goodbye, viewers. Pleasure.
See you later.